Good morning, Brian. We are here at Louisiana Nursery, and guys, it is planting season finally. So, of course, good morning. And one thing that I kind of want to jump into here is that we have all in the ArkLaTex just experienced that major cold, that major freeze over the last couple weeks or so, right? And now that is finally over, we're finally feeling some warm weather again. What are things that people are finally coming in, and the plants that are finally able to survive now that it's warming up?
Well, most of your outdoor stock has been outside, so it's still pretty hardy. And I get a lot of calls for tomato plants, which is kind of early. We've got a whole slew of beautiful tomato plants, but people trying to get over that cabin fever feeling, and they're trying to get outside with this warm weather. They're calling for all sorts of things, but azaleas are real popular this time of year to get going. They're fixing to start bust open blooming. Fruit trees, shade trees, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
It's all safe to put outside.
Now, when it goes to taking care of plants and taking care of the things that have been outside, is there anything different that you need to do, especially because is the same kind of taking care of a plant when it is freezing outside to when it starts warming up a lot? How do you kind of balance making sure that the plants are okay now with the weather and the humidity and everything that Louisiana brings?
You don't have to do a whole lot with the outdoor plants that have been outside. It's things that you buy that are inside a greenhouse and you take outside the plant in a pot or in the ground. You want to have some bed sheets ready if you have a light frost or a freeze to be able to cover them or move them to a safe, warmer spot just for a morning or two.
Very nice. Now, how long have you guys been out here for?
45 years. I haven't been here that long, but yeah.
45 years.
Yes.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And so the expertise and the things that you guys bring, what makes you love this line of work so much?
I just love the people. I love the plants. I love getting my hands dirty. And I just love it.
Absolutely. And one thing that I have a good friend at work with ours, Miss Johnette Magner, who does a lot of planting and things that I've been learning from her about what I should keep in my garden and such. Let me ask you, if I wanted to start right now, I wanted to plant something in the ground today, right, and watch it grow and really be healthy in about a month's time, what would I look into getting?
Well, there's just all sorts of things. Roses would be great because they're just starting to leaf out, and in a month they're going to be in full bloom.
Perfect.
So roses are great.
Roses, love that, and a good, beautiful flower to kind of get into the groove, especially because it's going to get warm here soon. And obviously, so many positive things in a beautiful greenhouse that we're standing in, guys. We have so much to talk about all morning long here at Louisiana Nursery. We're getting our green thumbs adequate this morning, of course, but for right now, we're sending it back to the studio. Good morning, Brian. Yes, we are here at Louisiana Nursery. Of course, this place has been here for 45 years, opening up in the 1980s here in our area. It is so amazing that, one, we were able to go look at the greenhouse. You guys have so many different plants here, so many different things to take care of. Let me ask you right now, as we're kind of getting back into the warm weather, the springtime, what are you seeing fly off the shelves the most, the quickest?
Right now we're doing a lot of fruit tree sales, fruits and shade trees, flowering. People are going to start seeing the dogwoods coming out and the red buds and things like that, and it gets people excited, about what they can improve their yard.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is there a specific fruit tree, I guess, that sells better than others? Is it like an apple? Is it a lemon? What works
peaches
best?
Typically are the most popular ones, although they're not the most easiest thing to grow. And rust and red, of course, is our most popular peach. And then behind that would be like the blueberries. We sell a lot of blueberry bushes.
Blueberry bushes, yes, that's very nice. Now, kind of switching it from, obviously, to be planting a fruit tree, you need to be outside, right? You need to make sure that these things are outside. They're getting amazing health. What about for the people that are in the apartments or in smaller homes? What type of plants should they be looking into buying and making sure that they can keep healthy?
Well, there's a lot of house plants that are available depending on what kind of light conditions you're going to be able to provide the plants. The ivies do great in kind of a low to medium light. This is a mother-in-law's tongue or a snake plant. That's probably one of the hardest things to kill.
Very nice, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a plant for me there. I definitely am working on my green thumb right now, but yeah, definitely still learning, I think, is the in quotations that I would use. And so you told me earlier that you started working at a nursery at 18 years old.
I did.
What made you fall in love with it that early? Like, was there a specific moment? Was it spending time with your parents doing this? What made you fall in love?
No, they weren't. I was always just an outdoor girl.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd rather be outside.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's so cool to one have be able to talk to, like I said, so many people that have different passions, right? And so, do you have a moment kind of learning through this process that something clicked and you were like, okay, I'm finally starting to get the groove. I understand how these things work. What would that be?
I don't know. It was just part of me. It's just part of me.
Absolutely.
The way I am.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. And again, we have so many different plants here to kind of talk about. We have so many different avenues to kind of look into. Whether you guys are living in an apartment, and have a smaller space, there's still things for you guys here. Or you're a bigger planter and you can talk about these fruit trees, or like we said, some things out from my garden, maybe roses, just because those are going into the season. And so, when it comes to just being able to plant and being a planter, there are so many different avenues you guys can kind of get into, which is so unique and so cool, guys. But for right now, look, we have so much more to talk about in the next half hour. We're going to be back out in that greenhouse looking at some more of the different plants and things that Louisiana Nursery has to offer. Good morning, Brian. Yes, welcome back to Louisiana Nursery, where we have been getting our planting on all morning long, and we're inside this beautiful greenhouse we have here. One thing that was really cool that Miss Kim told me just earlier was that you guys have actually everything in here that we're looking at right now is all stuff that you guys personally planted, worked on, built, grew yourself.
Yes, we grow all this here.
Very cool.
Ourselves.
How many hanging plants are we looking at? There's tons just in this, but you guys have other greenhouses too. We haven't even got to step in.
We have 3 large greenhouses, and we're close to 1,000 baskets for spring so far.
Yeah, that's very cool. And with spring, and I've already kind of started to notice this, and I'm sure a lot of people in the ArkLaTex are noticing this right now. Those mosquitoes are starting to come back. Yes. Oh my goodness. I can't take my dogs outside on my porch without having those mosquitoes. Do you guys have any plants here that kind of help fight those mosquitoes off a little bit?
I do. I have what's called a mosquito plant right here. And it's real strong lemon scent. Yeah. And it's got these pretty little flowers on it as well as an accent.
Very nice. Let me get in here and smell this real quick. Rub the little finger test. Yes, and you can, wow. That's very, very, very nice.
And then next to it right here is the lemongrass, and it's become very popular as well.
Nice. What about these right here? What are these for?
These are butterfly weed. This is the plant that the monarch butterfly lays her eggs on.
Wow.
And feeds off of.
Especially nice because migration season is coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. These are real popular. Real popular.
Cool. Do you have any other very kind of like high pollinated, kind of high nectar plants that we can kind of look at back here? I'll follow you. I'll take a lead here.
This is a shrimp plant. It's got a high nectar content.
Ooh.
This one right here, this is a Butylon pictum. Chinese lantern, some people call it, but it's got a high nectar content, and hummingbirds somehow know what plants are higher than others. Yeah. And they always remember where they've fed the blooms that they fed off of.
Beautiful. And I love a hummingbird too. I set bird feeders out on my windows and everything so my dogs can sit and watch the birds feed. And so to have a very nice plant. Now, is this a plant that you can soil and have outside, or is this one of those things that you need to kind of make sure is protected when things get really, really cold outside?
It's kind of semi-hardy, cold hardy, but you can put it outside. It gets quite large. Anything that you put outside from a greenhouse, you can grow in a pot or in the ground like that. This lantana right here is one of the things very popular, takes the heat, and the hummingbirds and the butterflies love it. Anything that has a landing pad like that, the butterflies love.
Wow.
But it's a kind of a dual.
And that's a beautiful
source.
Beautiful bloom that we have right behind us, which is very cool. What about this plant right here behind us, this beautiful tree that we have blooming right here?
This is bougainvillea, and it's a tropical, but it just really shines all summer long, all season long. Blooms, loves the heat, loves the sun. We have them in hanging baskets, but
Very
this tree
nice.
right here we've had about 20 years.
Amazing. 20 years.
Yes.
Beautiful plant. Guys, look, there's so many different options to have when coming to Louisiana Nursery, looking at whether or not you guys have mosquitoes, or if you guys want monarch butterflies, hummingbirds, even a beautiful tree that blooms in the summertime. There are so many different options, so many different things. A shrimp plant as well. So cool as we kind of look at all those things. Nate, Shannon, I think my personal favorite so far has to be this shrimp plant. What is the exact name of this again?
Shrimp plant.
The shrimp plant. Yeah, there we go. The shrimp plant that we're looking at right here. What about you guys?
Well, now Nate knows where shrimp come from, so that's
Yeah.
a really good bit of
That's
knowledge.
what I was saying.
to pass
For a
along.
long
Right,
time,
right.
I
I
thought they were.
wondered.
I had no idea they came from plants. But yeah, Taylor, I'm all over the mosquito plant, the anti-mosquito plants. I'm going to be loading up soon.
Hey, good morning, Brian. Yes, we are here at Louisiana Nursery. Of course, 45 years in the area, giving people expertise, teaching people how to plant, how to take care of their plants, and obviously growing and taking care of this amazing selection of different things. I want to kind of jump right into, so if I'm new, right, which I am very new, and I want to start a garden, I want to start a vegetable garden, right, but I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to mess some things up. Can you show me, and we've kind of got here, a few different options and different things that I could really take care of and start growing and learning as a new planter?
Yeah, probably the most popular thing that we sell as far as vegetables, I know a tomato is not a vegetable, but in that category is the tomatoes.
Yes, ma'am.
People just love tomatoes. So what you want to do, and here's some strawberries, and what you want to do is when you plant these in your garden, it's called companion planting. So if you're going to plant these, you might as well try herb in there too.
Okay.
And then like marigolds right here, that's companion planting. If you ever smelled a marigold, it's kind of stinky, and then so it repels the bugs. Real good for you.
Very nice.
And then also you can do a nice kind of smell like a strawberry mint, and that repels any of the herbs that have a smell, helps repel the bugs as well. So you have lots of options. Petunias attract the
Beautiful.
pollinators.
Yeah, I really like
that.
those.
And so you have a lot of options, and you can have a real pretty, colorful garden. It doesn't have to be just green things.
Now let me ask you, this is one thing I'm kind of learning. So companion plants, those are a super important part to making sure your gardening can kind of grow, right?
Right, yeah, they just help each other out, and then they have multiple uses.
Yeah, and it makes it look pretty too. You could add some of those flowers in
Right,
there and
right.
different things. So very cool, and I like that. So the tomato is kind of where you would start me off with. It's easy. It's a hardy plant to kind of grow in there. I really like that. One of the things that I think that is super cool about this too is that the different plants that smell different to kind of help fight off those bugs, right? How big of a
Right.
problem do you usually see bugs impacting if you don't have a companion plant to help fight some of those off?
I mean, people use all kinds of things,
Yeah.
you know, to keep the, critters away and stuff like that. So it depends on if you want to do organic, but there's organic sprays and things like that for
Yeah.
the bugs.
Absolutely, and for those wondering about that strawberry mint, it really does smell like strawberry. That was so cool.
does.
That was one of the first things that you showed us. So you came in here and we rubbed the leaf of it, and I smelled my finger, and I was kind of taken aback. I was like, wow. We also smelled the orange mint as well, the very citrusy mint. And so there's so many different cool things that you guys can learn by coming into Louisiana Nursery. Of course, you guys talked to me about some of the different programs that you guys have as well. And then for me personally, let me show you guys my plant so far. I am going to be taking this bad boy home, the bougainvillea, and she is going to be hanging in my front yard. And so many different fun, cool things that we've learned all morning long. And guys, don't forget, we have that 7 a.m. live stream coming up here just in a few minutes. We're going to be sitting down with Miss Kim and talking more about the history of Louisiana Nursery, more about the amazing things that you guys can garden and plant yourselves and grow. But for right now, thank you guys for waking up with me, and thank you guys for watching. We're going to be sending it back to the studio. Guys?
Oh, it's so beautiful. Hi there. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful with all the colors now.
Absolutely.
You know, as you take a look at it. So great.
Some great tips. I can dig it. I've been waiting to use that joke all morning long too.